What's going on, y'all? Yeah, man, we talking about today. We're talking about a situation that's somebody I know. It's crazy because what happened is it's somebody I grew up with. It was probably about a couple years or maybe a year younger than me. And what has happened is they got his paperwork all messed up, or I don't know if they just had it out for him. I've been talking to my one of the guys, well, it was his brother. His name is actually Damian Williams. The system pretty much got him caught up with the paperwork. They call it fog bank, where they kind of keep everybody confused on what's going on. So, it's kind of crazy. So they, talking about an innocent man being locked up. But I did want to, let me go here. Let me go here and stop sharing, but let me share over here. Let me share this one. I'm gonna go here, y'all. I'm gonna share this page with y'all, share this screen. I'm gonna show y'all who I'm talking about. Let me pull him up right quick. Where is he at? I can probably find him through. Well, it's my cousin right here. He's trying to find Ballin' Baby. That's James. Let's see if I can find it. No, that's not it. Where is he at? Yeah. Ballin' Baby. I think that's it right here. This is my homeboy brother. Well, you might well say this. I was married into the family, but this is him though. On this page right here, this is the one that they got locked up. I think he got like 6 kids. It's only showing like 3 on here. Let's see if we can. Crispy chicken salad, buffalo cheese. Right. Oh, here he is right here. This is what they're saying. Justice for Demo right here. Yeah, I grew up with him. This is his brother right here that's been fighting for him. Let me show y'all this right quick. It says, Ballin' Baby, why do we have to go through all this fight in the system when you are not guilty of a crime? And the courts know, but they still treat you as if you're guilty. Free Dog, free Damian Williams, the record reflect, public safety notified, innocence verified, wrong man in prison. And this happened right here in Arkansas. It happened to his, that's his older brother. I think Demo might be it. I have to ask Baby, but I think Demo is older than, I think that's the older brother, if I'm not mistaken. Let me show y'all real quick. I'll show y'all some of his. Let's go here.
They called it justice, but the evidence was never shown to a jury, and the world was given a story that never happened. Tonight from inside state prison, Damian Williams writes the first chapter of his truth. The man serving life for a crime he says he did not commit. His words may be the only way.
The first police interview, he never changed his story. He said he was innocent.
That's all I have ever said.
Investigators say that statement never wavered.
From day one, he told.
They called it justice, but the evidence was never shown to a jury.
I'm not a boxer. I'm not a fighter. I've never claimed to.
They called it justice, but the the evidence was never shown to a jury, and the world was given a story that never happened. Tonight from inside state prison, Damian
That's
Williams
not who
writes
that
the
actually
first
is
chapter
right
of
there.
history.
This is,
The man serving life for a crime he
they're
said he
telling
did
the
not
story
commit.
through,
His words may be the only way
The first police interview, he never changed his story. He said he was innocent.
That's all I have ever said.
Investigators say that statement never wavered.
From day one, he told the same thing. He was at home. He was innocent.
Now a new documentary series takes a hard look at an Arkansas case that shook the justice system.
Not one fingerprint, not one piece of physical proof, and still convicted. Damian Williams, wrongfully behind bars for a crime he didn't commit. Help us expose the failure.
This is the face of a man still fighting for his brother when everyone else gave up. Alicia wasn't Damian's sister. She got on the stand and lied, pointed at Damian, at Zach, at Tat and Rob, and said she saw them shoot her. We're not done. Not until the truth stands up louder than the lie.
They called it justice, but the
and the thing is, they said, I think if somebody was shot, but nobody died, but he went to the highest sentencing record. And usually what happens is, you know, when they got it out for you and they got it bad for you, once you get ready to, once, you know, you go to the, they sentenced him at the highest as possible. But I know what they did was they probably went back through his record and they used all of the relevancy and all this other type of stuff that, yeah, you know, which was crazy, you know, 35 years and nobody died and he wasn't even there. So, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of, why did they, you know what I'm saying? I always ask them, you know, I remember asking his brother, talking to his brother, and, you know, I don't know what his brother thought that you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I wasn't trying not to be compassionate about the situation, but I said, damn, they really wanted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he did, or not saying whatever he did, but they just had it out for him.
Oh, my son told me that.
And then not only that, I can't even get it right there. But you know,
they called it justice, but the evidence was never shown to a jury, and the world.
It's crazy, man. Let's go here.
You know the truth. You can fix this. I didn't do this.
In a hushed federal courtroom, the light falls on one man, Damian Williams. Around him, precedent circles like a halo. McQuiggan versus Perkins, Schloop versus Dello, Banks versus Dretke. Each case a reminder that the truth can break.
I call him Demo because that's why I know them all. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? We all had nicknames back then. You know, my little nickname was Stone Cold. And, you know, everybody had a nickname. So I only knew Demo, even though, you know what I'm saying, we knew each other for years, but I only known him as Demo. I never even knew I knew his last name, but I never knew his first name. Never even thought to, because that's automatic. Once you get introduced to that and that's your name, Demo, it's over with. That's what we called him from here on out. And now I'm here, Damian Williams. You know, I've been knowing it now. I'm just saying, like, back then, I never, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing his name is Damian Williams now. I'm just saying back then I didn't know because that's you know, that's all we call each other by a nickname.
Break any chain. When the papers stop and the world holds it. Tonight, questions grow about Judge James Dunham's connections in the Williams case. Advocates say letters from the defendant, including a plea for reconsideration, have gone unanswered for over a year. They claim it's a
tonight on WNN Nightbeat, an Arkansas case now in the hands of the United States Supreme Court. Court records allegedly missing, a Rule 11 emergency petition, and a question of systemic failure with national implications. Damian Williams sits at the center, fighting for his freedom and
Tonight, a judge in River City slams the evidence on his bench. The words stamped across it: actual innocence.
For 3 years, Damian Williams has fought to prove he didn't commit the crime. Now federal law is on his side.
Section 2243 says, quote, forthwith release. And as the order hits...
Tonight, a judge signed an order citing the federal statute for forthwith release. That means immediate freedom for Damian Williams, whose conviction was overturned on actual innocence grounds. Advocates say the law is clear. Release him now, not later. Justice delayed is law.
You know the truth. You can fix this.
said, you know the truth, you can fix this. I mean, you gotta think about it, you know, just being in a situation like that, who wouldn't you know, that's his older brothers.
First, we're gonna start off with some stretches. You gotta bend it over and hold that for 5 seconds. 1.
What do you tell your barber when you get in the chair? I don't know, sir.
You know the truth. You can fix this.
The Wisconsin Declaration of Innocence is protected by Article 1, Section 3 of our state constitution. Any charge built on seeded claims, narrative manipulation, or false premises is for all evidence. Wisconsin's discovery law, Section 971.23, prosecutors must give you every recording, statement, note, and digital file. B is for buried, altered, or seeded. Any of that void. Wisconsin Declaration of Innocence is protected by Article 1, Section 3 of our state constitution. Any charge built on seeded claims, narrative manipulation, or false premises is Wisconsin law. Prosecutors have to give you every piece of evidence. It's right here in Section 971.23. If they withhold it, you can ask the judge to order disclosure, file a motion to compel, and if something was hidden or planted. Wisconsin Declaration of Innocence is protected by Article 1, Section 3 of our state constitution. Any charge built on seeded claims, narrative manipulation, or false premises, Wisconsin must provide all favorable evidence under Brady and State v. Harris. When evidence of innocence is
so damn, you know what's crazy is that he did a motion. I think he did a motion to compel, and he also did a Freedom of Information Act with the prosecuting attorney who had prosecuted his brother Damian Williams. And what happened was he had his notes, he had everything that he had that they said that they were trying to convict him for, and all this other type of stuff. And then the evidence reflected that it reflected that they never had any evidence, or they had all the information, even him being at that PD Quick. It was a store that he was at, and it showed that he wasn't nowhere near around. So however they did that, they did it. It's not saying that they got away with it, but 11 years of a man's life gone like that, and then they tell you that you got to fight from the inside. Man, that ain't right. Yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I said, this is his brother right here, Randall. But we call him Baby. This is like I said, his brother Demo. Baby and Demo. They was youngsters. What's so crazy? They wasn't even that. I wasn't that much older than them. I thought I was. We thought we were, but I was like 2-3 years older than them cat. At the most. Let's see what this one's talking about.
EDPA immunities attach automatically when the court itself interferes with filings. All barriers collapse.
The district court didn't expect this. Document 3 created a judicially approved gateway for outside evidence. They opened the door. Now they can't close it.
Court interference activates the first petition rule. Under Panetti and Magwood, everything resets. Every filing becomes protected.
When Document 3 merges with GPS data, PDQ video, text messages, and
that's the name of the gas station that he was at. They said whenever the shooting was going on, it's basically saying that he was nowhere near around when it went down.
FOIA logs. AEDPA collapses. Actual innocence overrides everything.
GPS, FOIA logs, and the timeline prove actual innocence. Under McQuiggan, innocence destroys every procedural barrier.
Any order that contradicts Document 3 is void. Federal law does not permit courts to violate their own record.
Damn, so contradictions in anything, it voids the whole record. But what they're trying to do is they don't give a damn. They gonna do what they want to do.
No matter what state you're in, the rule never changes. You have the right to all evidence. The motion is the same everywhere. Motion to compel discovery.
The district court didn't expect this. Document 3 created a judicially approved gateway for outside evidence. They opened the door. Now they can't close it.
Give me gas thinking about that NBA young boy. Give me gas thinking about NBA young boy. Yeah, buddy, they didn't, but they got this way of
Before Damien ever saw a courtroom, he was declared guilty. News headlines framed him. Facebook posts spread it. The public accepted it, but the evidence never matched the
Under Supreme Court law, actual innocence means new, reliable evidence that no reasonable juror would ignore. Damian has it all: video, timestamps, alternate suspects, cell tower data, and a system that didn't. The PDQ surveillance video shows the truth. Damian, inside the store, buying a peach tea and a scratch-off ticket, exact time of the shooting, exact timestamp, exact alibi. But officials buried it because innocent.
Rebuild the timeline, and it becomes clear. Damien?
So he was in the store buying something, and all of that stuff went down. So the shooter went down at the same time he was in there buying a sweet tea. That's what the evidence proved. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter if you it does matter, but to them at that time it didn't, you know.
Could not have done it. Every minute, every movement, every fact. The real timeline proves innocence. The system just never looked.
Cell tower records proved Damian was not at the crime scene. Statements pointed to another suspect. No DNA, no fingerprints, no physical link. But prosecutors.
So my thing is, what does that mean for the public? You know what I'm saying? That's a public safety issue for the man to prove to be innocent. You withhold all the information. You lock him up for 11 years on some wham charges. It's crazy.
Hit it. Evidence didn't matter. Only the.
What if the defendant and the judge were the same person? A bench splits, shadows merge, and the lights start to flicker. The same judge listed as a co-defendant later presided over the case?
In the same courtroom?
Two files tell the story. Zach Stokes, defendant. His lawyer, James Dunham. But when the folders collide, they become something else. Judge Dunham, presiding, a red siren, paper shaking. Zach Stokes' attorney is now the judge ruling over Damian.
Zach Stokes' attorney is now the judge. See, they were defending Zach Stokes. Who is Zach? That sound like Zach Stokes sound like
Williams habeas.
Before Damien ever saw a courtroom, he was declared guilty. News headlines framed him. Facebook posts spread it. The public accepted it, but the evidence never matched.
Under Supreme Court law, actual innocence means new, reliable evidence that no reasonable juror would ignore. Damian has it all.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You know, the more and more you look into this case, you start seeing it's a lot of missing pieces to it, man. I'm gonna have to get my homeboy on this page, man. And he gonna let him break this stuff down. Because I remember talking to him. We was talking about it. Well, he knows his brother case. He knows his brother case inside and out. But y'all, I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, Innocenbehing Bars. Appreciate y'all for locking in. I'm out.